How to tackle inflation as an individual. What do you get to take away from this video? A quick recap on what is inflation. Strategies that can help you to tackle inflation. Now that we know what inflation is, but let me iterate once again quickly. When demand is higher than the available supply of goods and services, prices tend to rise significantly and purchasing power of currency depreciates. So as an individual, what do we do to tackle it? We have 12 types of strategies, and I've segregated them into 3 categories. Cut your losses, leverage, and beat inflation. Let's start with cutting your losses. Find ways to reduce your expenses. Start by cutting what you don't need and trying to reduce or negotiate the rest. Common bills that could be cut or reduced include recurring subscriptions. Evaluate if you really need all the platform subscriptions. Maybe go on a sharing account with friends or family. Phone. Trim your phone bill to a prepaid service plan. Internet. An unlimited data plan may not be necessary, but probably a lower cost plan would fit in better. Car insurance and home insurance. Look for better options that give values with lesser cost. Take advantage of coupons, cashback credit cards, and cashback portals to save. Plan your shopping in advance. Make a list of items you need and stick to the plan. Making purchasing decisions on combo deals makes you more susceptible to buying items you don't really need. Eat well before you head for the supermarket. You are more likely to be tempted to buy an extra pack of muffins or a large pack of chips, spending your budget unnecessarily. If you are a compulsive shopper, take hard cash instead of your credit card. Don't let money idle in a savings account. Inflation nibbles into its value every day, eroding its purchasing power. Earning 4% in a savings account while inflation grows at 7% makes many feel 4% richer. In fact, they are 3% poorer. Put your money in a short-term debt fund for higher returns. Take advantage of tax benefits from inflation. Tax rules allow investors to adjust the cost of an asset to inflation during the holding period. Choose the indexation option. You can adjust the net asset value, NAV, to the inflation and gain tax benefits. Only certain investments, debt funds, FMPs, gold funds, and debt-oriented hybrid schemes are eligible for indexation benefit. If you book a notional loss, or if the investment lagged inflation during the period, adjust it against gains from other investments. If it can't be adjusted in the current year, this loss can be carried forward for up to 8 financial years. Leverage. Time your purchases with sale offers. Big opportunity for the careful spender. Soaps, detergents, and many such items can be easily stored for months. Clothing bills can be cut by 25 to 30% if you buy during off-season sales. Minimize food wastage at home. The average urban household in India wastes about 15 to 20% of the food it buys. Imagine what this means in rupee terms. Assuming that the average urban, middle-class household spends 15,000 rupees a month on food, nearly 2,250 to 3,000 rupee worth of food is thrown into the waste bin every month. Form a carpool. Fuel costs are rising every day. Try carpooling to share the costs with other people headed in the same direction. If the current fuel bill is 5,000 rupees a month, sharing with 2 to 3 others will bring it down to roughly 2,000 to 2,500 rupee. Ola, Uber, BlaBlaCar, and other apps or websites help you find people in your area who can be tapped for joining the pool. Carpooling also helps you save on parking charges and toll fees. Carpooling is the conservation of the environment. Take lunch to the office. Taking lunch to the office can help you save a decent amount of money. Given the way prices are moving, an average lunch costs about 150 rupees per head. Lunch to the office can save an average office-goer roughly 2,800 to 3,000 rupee a month. Imagine the money saved from these 7,000 rupees, 10,000, can be moved into a recurring deposit or an equity fund every month. Beat inflation. Increase your income. Many businesses are laying off and struggling to hire during the inflation period to maintain profitability. While it may not be easy to increase your pay overnight, make extra money outside your job. Sell things you are not using on OLX, eBay, and Facebook Marketplace. Fun fact: you can find matrimonial advertisements on the Facebook Marketplace. Rent your stuff like your car, an extra room, and get regular income. Work on side jobs with a flexible schedule or that can be done from home. Find freelance work at places such as Fiverr, Upwork, or FlexJobs, and many more freelance sites are available. Invest in equity. A diversified portfolio is a good hedge against volatility, but it can also be your shield against inflation. A risk-averse investor should have at least 10 to 15% in equities. Monthly income plans for mutual funds have about 10 to 20% of their corpus in stocks. Equity and gold are also seen as a hedge against inflation. Despite the lack of confidence most people express about stocks, owning some equities can be a very good way to combat inflation. Corporations will sell their goods at increasing prices, leading to elevated revenues, earnings, and inevitably, stock prices. The best stocks to own during inflation would be in companies that can increase their prices naturally during inflationary periods. Commodity resource companies like oil, grains, and metals enjoy pricing power during periods of inflation. Commodities and healthcare companies possess the strongest profit margins. Never underestimate the value of dividends during periods of inflation. Dividends increase the total return of a portfolio. Invest in a home. Buying a home to live in, real estate, is always a good investment. Problems occur when a buyer's goal is to flip the property they just bought at a profit. When you're a renter, your landlord will likely hike your rent at the level of inflation when your lease comes due each year. You're likely to put some money down and take out a loan, known as a mortgage. You pay off a little of the principal each month until you're left with ownership of a debt-free asset that should continue to appreciate over time. Like land, home prices tend to increase in value on an average year-over-year basis. Invest in yourself. Being prepared for an uncertain financial future is an investment in yourself, one that will increase your future earning power. This investment begins with quality education and continues with keeping skills up to date and learning new skills that will match those most needed in the not-too-distant future. Being able to stay on top of a business's changing needs may not only help to inflation-proof your salary, but also recession-proof your career. Disclaimer: products or services mentioned in this video are not paid promotions, just a recommendation from the options available. Please let us know your category list. If you have any new strategies, let us know in the comments below.